Hey everyone. In this video, we're going to get started on setting up Google oAuth. So if you go to Google's website or go to google.com and you type in Google Console, the first thing it should pop up is like the Cloud Console. If you click on that, it's going to bring you to a page that should look something similar to this. If it doesn't, then you'll have to register, sign up, everything. But once you do that, you should be on this page. There's a little drop down menu right here, and you want to click on new project. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to call this one Yelp Camp. I'm calling it that because I'm going to delete this one because I'm already using another one. But I just wanted to show you guys in the video how to set this up. So once it's completed, you'll select the project. And then over here, you go to APIs and services and credentials. And then you click on create credentials, sorry. And then right here where it says oAuth client ID, you'll click on that. And if you haven't configured your consent screen yet, it's going to ask you to do that. So you click here. You want to use external because this will give anybody the ability to log into your website through Google. If you use internal, that's just for like internal testing, or if it's just throughout a company. So you actually have to supply the email addresses that are allowed to log in and out. So after that, you'll hit create, and then we'll do an app name. So Yelp Camp. I don't know why it just went back on me. I must have hit a wrong button. Let's go back and do this again. So credentials, create credentials, oAuth screen, configure, external, create. It'll be your email address, so you'll click on that. We don't have an app logo. I didn't fill any of this out. Authorized domains. I think it requires you to do this. It might not. So for the sake of this, I've got mine filled in with one of my domains. If you don't have one, leave it blank. If it throws any errors, come in here. If you want to do this just to be safe, you can always just do example.com. You can use that for now. You can't use localhost here. If you want to add developer contact email, you can. Actually, it's going to make me do it anyway. So we hit save and continue. And then add or remove scopes. So what we're going to want to get here is the email and the profile. That should be the only two that we need. Because if I'm not mistaken, in the code that I've got set up, all we're pulling from is email and profile. So we'll hit update. And that should be it. We're not setting up anything else. It didn't have me set this one up beforehand. So I'm going to leave this one blank for now. Save and continue. And then everything here is set up. So I'm going to go back to the credentials. Create credentials. Go to oAuth. Application type is going to be web. Your authorized JavaScript origins for now will just be localhost 3000 or whatever port you're using. And the redirects are going to be make sure you put HTTP there. So the first one's going to be that. The second one is going to be that with callback on it. And then create. it's going to give you your client ID and your client secret right here. Do not copy these. I'm going to be deleting this anyway, but like I said, I just wanted to show you guys this for the sake of the video. So in Yelp Camp, I've got an example env file. You want to add these three to it. So your Google client ID is going to be your client ID, your client secret is going to be your client secret, and the callback URL is going to be localhost 3000. So yeah, go ahead and add these, paste that stuff into your env file, restart your server if you need to, and that way that'll get you set up. Now, if for whatever reason you have an issue, if you go back to the consent screen, when you get to a point to where it's saying the users can't be authorized, add test users and add the email addresses you want to allow to log in, so your Gmail address or anything like that. It's never asked me this before in any of my other ones. They must have changed something. I'll have to go back and look at it, but I don't have any test users on mine. So, and I think mine, I do remember mine saying it had 0 users of test users. So this should be fine. But just remember that if it does give you any issues about, this user is not authenticated to use it or whatever, come over here, click on add users, add the Gmail address or whatever you want them to have access, to be able to log in. Just add it there. And we'll go from there. But like I said, I haven't seen this becoming an issue, and I just set this up. I've had oAuth set up for a while. I just never really used it as far as the API keys. But as far as the code goes, I just set this up the other day. So everything should be good. Publishing the app, if you build this out and you decide you want to, make this live, and it's an actual real production website, when you click on publish app, it's going to want you to go through domain verification, and the oAuth consent screen becomes a little more in depth. That's when you have to put in your terms of service and a bunch of other stuff. That way people, when they log in through Google, it shows them what all data you're collecting and everything else. That way, if people are comfortable with supplying that information. So with it just being in testing mode, we do not have to worry about publishing it. Everything like this will work just like it is for local testing. It'll even work on something like Heroku or anything like that. It's only when you're actually making this in a true production app and you're getting real world users is when you need to actually publish this. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have any problems getting this set up, let me know and I'll do my best to help you guys out. But it's pretty straightforward. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video where we actually start coding this out.